Welcome back, Indie Champions. Today, we're diving into a bone-chilling countdown of survival horror games from the indie scene that are guaranteed to haunt your dreams. Forget what you've heard about AAA blockbusters. These atmospheric nightmares were crafted by small teams who know exactly how to keep you on the edge of your seat. So, dim the lights, grab your headphones, and let's plunge into a world where terror lurks just beyond the next corner. Ready to get scared? Let's jump in. First up, let's talk about Routine, a game that strands you on an eerie, abandoned lunar base styled straight out of a retro-futuristic 1980s nightmare. You step into the shoes of a technician exploring a space station with almost no hand-holding, no markers, no maps, just you, your wits, and your trusty cosmonaut assistance tool. Every creak and mechanical hum raises the tension as you interact with mysterious terminals, piece together cryptic logs, and dodge patrolling threats in complete darkness. Routine shines through its immersive, minimalist approach, forcing you to pay attention to every detail and slowly unravel what went wrong up there on the moon. But the real magic is in how Routine keeps you on edge. With truly oppressive environments, stunning visual fidelity, and a sound design that makes every metallic clang or robotic footstep feel like a warning. It's a masterclass in dread. No hand-holding, just pure isolation and piecing together the story for yourself. The game does hit you with some unexpected shifts as things escalate. Plus, it's a fairly short trip. But if you want a tense, unforgettable lunar scare, this one is a must-play for horror fans. Next up is Darkwood, a top-down horror adventure that proves you don't need first-person realism to send chills down your spine. As you survive in this twisted Polish forest, days become a tense race for supplies and clues, while nights transform your safe haven into a fortress against the unexplainable things lurking in the pitch-black trees just outside. There are no glowing objectives or guiding arrows. Your only guide is intuition and whatever scraps of information you manage to uncover. Every step outside is a gamble, and every encounter feels like it could be your last. What sets Darkwood apart is its dedication to psychological horror. The limited field of view, unsettling sound design, and a world that changes based on your choices all work together to make you feel constantly exposed and vulnerable. Each character you meet could be friend or foe. Each decision has ramifications, and the oppressive atmosphere never lets up. The pacing can be slow, and controls might take some getting used to, but nothing matches the persistent fear and sense of dread Darkwood delivers. It's the kind of game that stays with you long after you turn it off. If you're after pure psychological horror, look no further than Visage. This game throws you into a nightmarish house with a tragic, tangled past, each room hiding scraps of stories and restless spirits that will do anything to keep their secrets buried. With every creak of the floors, every flicker of a dying bulb, you'll second-guess whether what you're seeing is real, or just your mind playing tricks on you. Visage cranks up the atmosphere with hyper-realistic visuals and a soundtrack that seems to crawl right under your skin. Jump scares are few and far between here. Fear seeps out slowly, making every shadow and every closed door feel loaded with possibility. The puzzles can get cryptic, sure, and the controls take time to get used to, but stick around and you'll experience one of the most intense, emotionally raw stories indie horror has to offer. Trust me, this is the kind of game that lingers. Time to plunge into the philosophical depths of Soma, a game from the minds who brought you Amnesia. Here, you awaken in the underwater confines of Pathos 2, surrounded by malfunctioning robots, broken people, and questions about what it really means to be human once everything familiar has disappeared. The horror isn't just from threats in the dark, but from mind-bending questions about consciousness, identity, and the line between man and machine. Soma's underwater setting is both beautiful and deeply unsettling, amplified by a haunting score and excellent voice acting. The monster encounters deliver chills, but the real spine-tingling moments come from its story, which digs into themes rarely explored in games. Some might find the stealth sections a little basic, but the narrative impact is unforgettable. This is horror that goes beyond jump scares and burrows straight into your mind. If you want a game that leaves you both unnerved and philosophically rattled, Soma delivers in spades. Now let's shine a light on Signalis, where pixel art style meets sci-fi terror in hauntingly atmospheric corridors. You play as Elster, a lone android combing through crumbling brutalist facilities, searching for her lost partner amid visions, strange codes, and bodies warped by mysterious forces. Inventory limits, cryptic puzzles, and relentless enemies all pile on the tension, creating a survival horror cocktail that tastes like classic Resident Evil with a dash of cosmic dread. What really sets Signalis apart is its multi-layered storytelling. You're never sure what's memory, what's dream, or what's nightmare. The visuals are gorgeous anime-inspired pixel art, but the fear runs real. Every audio cue and every blood-smeared note drags you deeper into the mystery. Sure, some players wish the story were a bit clearer, and backtracking can get tiresome. But if you love atmosphere and a puzzle box plot, Signalis will leave a mark you won't soon forget. Prepare to squeeze through the tightest corridors in Lost in Vivo, where the search for a lost dog quickly twists into a psychedelic trip through anxiety-soaked underground tunnels. The game channels all the best elements of old-school Silent Hill, with washed-out graphics and a relentless feeling of encroaching claustrophobia that makes every moment tense. Armed mostly with a flashlight and your determination, you'll face everything from mutated horrors to the creeping sense that you're losing your grip on reality. Lost in Vivo excels by blending psychological and environmental horror, keeping you guessing what's real, what's not, and what's just a trick of the mind. The sound design is especially brutal. Water drips, pipes rattle, and something always seems to be lurking just outside your line of sight. The game's combat can be rough around the edges, and there are some glitches here and there, but if you want a survival horror game that gets right under your skin, do not skip this one. Looking for something leaner, but just as mean? It Steals drops you into mazes where you're the prey, and you'll learn very quickly that surviving isn't just about reflexes, but about listening closely and never letting your guard slip. There's no deep story or flashy graphics here. Instead, pure adrenaline and unnerving tension fuel every second. Each mode throws new monsters and new mechanics your way, making you rethink your approach every time. The brilliance of It Steals is in its simplicity and unpredictability. The monsters don't just follow set paths, they adapt, learning your patterns, keeping things truly unpredictable and terrifying. The minimalist visuals strip out distractions, focusing you entirely on the soundscape and the rules of survival. Some might find the game a bit brief or visually simple, but as a quick shot of pure, panic-inducing horror, it earns a place on any indie horror playlist. Finally, let's wrap things up with Fear the Spotlight, a love letter to the PS1 era of horror, but wrapped around a modern, clever, and emotionally compelling mystery. You play as Vivian, a high schooler caught up in a seance gone wrong, exploring darkened halls, solving puzzles, and sneaking past the unknown to uncover secrets buried in her own school's walls. There's a lot of nostalgia here, but it's paired with clever design choices and a heartfelt story that really hits home. What stands out about Fear the Spotlight is its balance. Stealth feels tense but fair, puzzles are satisfying, and the story tackles personal themes with care and depth. The visuals lean into old-school vibes but aren't afraid to surprise you, and the game's emotional core gives every scare extra weight. It's not a marathon-length epic, but it's perfect for both newcomers to horror and fans looking for something sincerely spooky and special. And there you have it, 8 indie survival horror games that take fear to a whole new level, blending unsettling stories, unforgettable environments, and innovative gameplay that proves you don't need a big budget to make your skin crawl. So which one of these will you brave first? Share your thoughts and your own horror picks down in the comments. See you in the next video, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more awesome content.